All right, everybody, how we doing out there? Hey, it's Doc Severson here with ReadySetCrypto. Today's Wednesday, the 6th of April. Welcome aboard. Glad to see you guys out there. Please let me know what you're coming in from today. Where, what city, what state, what country, wherever on the planet that you're coming in from today. It's just going to be me, myself, and mine. Mav is down at the crypto conference in Miami Beach, so he doesn't have enough Wi-Fi to light up the video, so he's going to be taking the day off from this. So we're going to be doing, obviously, a lot of talking about charts and technical analysis. So I'm going to be taking your requests coming up here just in a minute. All right, let's see. Who do we have out there? Looks like we got Arian coming in from Ireland. We have Buckhorn from Little Rock. We have Haya from Norway. Good to see you. Brett from Planet California. All right. And Rajith. How are we doing out there, Rajith? And Chad from Vancouver, as well as a cast of hundreds that are out there. Louisiana. We have the Gold Coast coming in from Australia. Fantastic. Good to see you, Slade. And us, Cuban SoCal. You know, I think Checkmate is down at the conference as well, too. So there's we are well represented at the crypto conference. All right, folks, let me just do this here. We'll run for about half an hour to the bottom of the hour, and then we'll skedaddle and get you going, as you probably got things to do. The Tune UK. All right, that's outstanding. Oh, Manchester. All right. Yeah, I'm sure, Stuart, I've talked about Manchester before. One of my good friends from a long time ago lives in the Manch. And he's got a split household, right? He roots for City. His wife roots for United. There's no harmony there. All right. Let me start talking about Bitcoin first with you guys here. So today, what happened was that hit all risk markets out there was the Fed minutes come out. This is ridiculous. I mean, it's like I have not seen this for about 15 years. The last time that I saw the market this sensitive to Fed actions was 15 years ago, and it was right before the big crash in 07, 08. So every little detail is being scrutinized because of changing policy, and it's changing We've been kicking the can down the road for the past 14 years, and now they're going to start to address it. So it roils the risk markets. They don't like it. They don't like it. So these are the minutes from 2 weeks ago. This is insane, right? This is 2 weeks ago for the minutes, but you get to see a little bit more insight in terms of what's happening. And for those of you that think that there's no connection between the U.S. and the Federal Reserve and crypto, I got news for you. Crypto is now another risk asset. So it is going to be affected by interest rates. All right. So pretty soon I'll be looking for your input here. If you guys want to go ahead and chat in your coins that you want me to look at, give me the ticker symbol if you could. That will help increase the accuracy of me actually getting the right coin for you to look at. All right. So Bitcoin, and I was talking to this with my Omni group yesterday. We had this nice little volatility coil, and range expansion goes to range contraction. This is all good. This is exactly what needs to happen. So we haven't changed polarity yet. And in fact, the price has come down to retest the top of this ascending triangle pattern. So this is all good. There's nothing wrong with this because it's building up the energy. It did get into exhaustion, but we need to see this rocket off of here. We need to see this slingshot. We need to see this negativity and all of this skepticism get unwound to the upside. Otherwise, if we fall back into the pattern, this, my friends, is called a throw over. You can imagine this like a clothesline, right? You throw your wet laundry over it, a throw over, and it has the same effect to a market. A throw over is a bad thing. To go back into the pattern, that's a false breakout. That is a false breakout. So we'll watch for that. It should break as long as we have certainty coming back in the market. The equity markets got hit the last couple of days as well too. But I still think that there's a good chance and a good potential to make for the markets to head higher here into the next couple of quarters. But I think by the end of the year, I think we're going to be in really difficult straits. So we're going to be focused on risk management as we get into the end of the year. Okay, so let's go look at some of the other coins that you guys want to look at here. Obviously, Slade was talking about Near Protocol. So Near Protocol, and unless I hear differently, I'm just going to do these versus Tether or US dollar. Actually, Near Protocol is one of the stronger ones that we have. We have a buy in here at about 12. And as long as this is holding this trend line, we're good to go. We're going to keep ratcheting the stop ups. And Near Protocol's one of the better performing ones that are out there. Okay, MPL. Do not know this one. MPL is actually, this is a really nice looking pattern. This is a combination of either a triangle or a bull flag. This one's not been around for that long. But notice what's happening is the volume every time is kicking this thing up. Range contraction, range expansion. I'd like to see more volume coming into this, but I would say look for a break on this. It's almost up to fully charged again. Let's look at the weekly chart and see whether or not, well, the weekly chart's not enough to even, typically with these. So I'd want to see a break above 53, and that would be a long entry, perhaps for the next breakout. Okay. All right. Let's see, what else do we have there? Okay, so we did MPL. Let's look at ANC. I'll go as fast as I can here, guys. ANC versus Tether. Okay, ANC versus Tether. This one's currently in a downtrend, right? So we have lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, but it's starting to put in a rounded base. What I would look for is this level here at 350. The level at 350 would be your rounded base. If this is going to escape, now notice what's happening here with the volume. That's all good. Especially today with a crappy day in the market, we have good volume and good price activity. But this thing is still in a downtrend. So I'd like to see this build up, take this level of energy, and get above the 350 level. So for that breakout. Okay, let's see. High is looking for XMR. So let's see. We'll just look at this through the perpetual contract. So is that really that strong? Yeah, let me look at a different, I didn't know that Monero was that strong. So what we have here is this descending trend line has been broken through. Okay, so that's all good. And now we have decent energy. Now let's look at the weekly chart. Is this a weekly uptrend yet? I would say no. This is not a weekly uptrend yet. This is a weekly swing off the bottom. So what I would want to see here is I would want to see some type of pullback which forms a higher low. And if you can get that higher low to show up and then change polarity back up to a higher high, this is where you want to be looking to enter, is on the next pullback. So right now this is just a swing, and so far this is just nothing more than a lower high. Now, if we zoom really way far out of here, what we're going to find is that this is kind of a great big cup with handle. Now that's kind of a mutated handle. I don't like this. This handle should have been much tighter, but look, the rest of the market got destroyed since the end of 21. So we'll take it from what it is, but this could be an early entry into this one. All right, so yeah, that is the handle. So that's still a weekly swing up. And I want to see, the one thing I always talk to you guys about is I want to see weekly uptrends. I want to invest in things that are going higher. I don't want to fight gravity. If something's going down, I don't want to fight it. So be patient, wait for the transition. Okay, ASTR, Astro versus Tether. Let's see, what do we got? We got nothing. I mean, this one's so new, I can't chart it. So it's strong, but I would wait. You know, this thing's cheap enough right now. Unless you're fundamentally on board with this one, this is not a technical trade. This is more of a fundamental trade. This is trying to jump on early, but you know, guys, you know what happens when a lot of these things ICO is like there's an initial pump and then they get destroyed. So that doesn't really attract me. Stephen, hello from Tennessee. Hello. Okay, so QNT for Chad. Okay, so I'm going to go through these as quick as I can. All right, so we've done this one before. Now, that's a weekly chart. This is just a swing off the top. And this is a good example, right? So this is a weekly swing, which is pulling back. So what this has to do is move into a movement like that. So it has not done so yet. Let's go out to the daily chart and see if we can identify anything. Okay, so it's begun the reversal process, but if you want the earliest reversal off of here, it's going to be right there at about 145. 145 would be, if this sets up with a higher low and then a higher high, that would be 145. That would be your entry into QNT. Steph, looking at YOP. How's everybody doing today? I cannot wait. My truck is about 2 hours away. I ordered this thing 4 months ago. The supply chain problems are so horrible right now with getting any kind of a vehicle. But the problem is that used vehicles are like way up there. So it makes no sense to buy a used vehicle, where if you just wait a little bit longer, you can get a brand new vehicle for about the same price. So it's 2 hours away. I can't, been waiting forever on this thing. I do not really have a good sense. This is just not trending very well. Let's see, who's that? Steph. This is not trending very well. So I would avoid this one until we get some, excuse me, until we get some better price action on this one. Okay, let's see, what else do we got? Avalanche. Joe wants Avalanche. Let's take a look at AVAX. And we'll use, let's see, we'll use Binance on this one. All right, so this one has started into an uptrend, but here's the weekly pullback. Right, this is, I keep talking about the same thing here. This is the same thing. We've gotten our first weekly swing up, and now it's pulling down. So now's the time to let it decide whether or not it wants to grow up and head higher, or whether this is just going to puke from here and head lower. So big decision point here in the near future, sitting on that weekly chart. You can use the smaller time frames to determine if this is going to trade below, say, 80, then it's not making it. It's not doing it. Stuart, I already did QNT, so you can just like rewind and watch it. We don't have to do it again. That's the great thing about this technology, is that you can just take the scroll button, go back, and then catch up to me. You can make that double speed too. Okay, so let's see. O&E for Harmony. Harmony. That was an Elton John song. Does anybody know that one? It was off the Goodbye Yellow Brick Road album. This is not really the only way that this one is going to work is if this sets up a higher low and breaks above 18 cents. So this one is in a rather dreary downtrend at this point. Okay, Adam. which is known. Let's see. Is this, is Atom, is that Cosmos? Okay, so we're looking for, I swear I've got it somewhere around on here. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, it is Cosmos. Okay, so I've got a buy point on Cosmos of about 35. Until it hits that, I don't want anything to do with it. This is very trendless right now, very choppy. If it wants to start trending, great. If not, forget about it, right? Okay, a couple more. Let's see, Shill. I can't believe there's a coin by the name of Shill. Are you kidding me? Okay, I got nothing on this. Wow. Okay, I can't chart that. We'll try Senso. Sensorium. Okay, we got all the downtrends coming here, guys. So this one, the very earliest that you would sense a transition to an uptrend would be 90 cents, where this is going to have to put in a higher low and then break above here. And that would be the very first possible transition would be 90 cents. Otherwise, I would say avoid until it shows better performance. Okay, Buckhorn, going to Solana. Let's look at Solana. What do we got here? Solana is one of our top 20. Oh, this one, we had a buy signal, an aggressive buy signal at 119, and it's come back down. And so we're stopped out of break even. So what I'm going to do with Solana is I'm going to raise this back up to just over 140. So this could still set up a higher low and then drive above here, and that's good because that'll create that weekly swing to the upside. This is the very first most aggressive buy in Solana. Okay, somebody wants to do waves. Oh, waves, there we go. Oh, waves is getting destroyed. Waves was super strong. This is the old classic whack-a-mole, right? Have you guys ever played that whack-a-mole game where, this is what happens to altcoins that moon during corrective markets is they get whack-a-mole. They go crazy for a week or so, and then they just get destroyed. So look at the volume coming in. Look at the red volume coming in. So whatever was leading to this accumulation has completely flipped. And I'd still be okay with it as long as it didn't trade under there. But now that's a lower low, and that's a bad sign. So I'd avoid until this is able to to go back again. Okay. Well, this will be my first Ford in a long time. I was going to get a Toyota, but because of reliability and all that stuff. But what an attitude. You walk in a dealership and they're like, yeah, we knew you were going to come to us. We knew you'd be here eventually. And oh, by the way, if you want a car with us, if you want to order a truck, it's going to be an additional $5,000 on top of MSRP, just for the honor of ordering a Toyota. No, thank you. No, thank you very much. Okay. So actually Ford was, I was very impressed. Okay. So I've gone totally, American. Okay. Let's see. What's the next one here? Kiba. Well, you guys are keeping me on my toes here. I don't know if I'll be able to find this one. Kiba Inu Rapt Ether. Okay, this one looks really good. I like this. This is a really nice looking chart. This thing is smoking. What I like this when I see this stair stepping. When I see stair stepping, that's good. Stair stepping good. You can literally put a trend line. You can stick a ruler against this and it's going to stair step higher. And notice what's happening here is that it's trending at the same time as it's restoring its energy. So that's a very strong chart. Now, keep in mind that it's up to all-time highs, which is the 0.000000240 or whatever, right? So is this another dog coin? Is this another meme coin? But there it is right there. There's overhead resistance. So I wouldn't mind seeing this flag out for a little while before breaking above there on big volume. That would be the way to go. QANX. Got another wrapped ether one. And we have another downtrend. I would say avoid until it gets above this level. Usually, though, people don't, how should I say this? Usually people don't put coin requests in unless it's something that they're holding and they're scared shitless about it and they don't know what to do. May not be the case in your situation. Okay, multi. And if I miss anybody, please forgive me. I'm just trying to get through the list here. Multi's pretty strong. So look at this on a day where the rest of the market's getting hammered. This one is still doing pretty well, and I like the volume. It's just so new that there's no technical trade here. There's no support and resistance. So this is a fundamental, like, jump on board, and get some, or there's no technical entries onto this one just yet. XCH. Oh, not good, not good. Avoid. There's no technical patterns to the upside right now. So XCH, wait for it to turn. Power. It's a great name for a coin. Unfortunately, there's no trend here. So this one is just totally trendless. It's just going nowhere. So if it wants to grow up and start to accumulate, it's going to have to break above here. So I would avoid it until it starts to trend. Cardano. Let's see Cardano. What's going on with Cardano? All right. Not much. So we've got a buy point up here, but it's not getting above that. So we want to close above there to get a buy point. So what we're going to look for with this would be some form of higher low and then a break above there. Okay, so Cardano is still just coming out of the weeds, coming out of the gutter, like so many other coins. PYR, Pyre, Vulcan Forged. Okay, not doing too badly. Look at the volume coming in. This one looks good. So I would say this one, you want to look to, if it's able to break out above here, that would be a nice breakout from this whole base here. So if it's able to break out above this level here, which is 20, that is PYR, Vulcan Forged. Okay, Secret Network. So Secret Network, we had a buy point down here. That's the very first buy point, which is at 5. It's got to hold this level. Actually, what it has to hold is right there. That's the swing test. The swing test is at 550. This must hold. Otherwise, you don't want to be in this one because it's just setting up a lower high and it's ready to puke. So 550 is your level. Okay, Casper, CSPR, I think. Casper Tether. What's going on here? Oh boy. I would just avoid this one until it gets further up here. It's cheap enough that you don't need to cut your fingers down here on this one. This is just not trending well yet. This could form a higher low and then break above here. That could happen. But I would avoid for right now. Okay, Solana we already did. Terra, so that's Luna. Where is my Luna? There we are. Okay, this one is one of the better ones. We had a buy point up here at about 96. And as long as it's holding this trend line, I would stay in. Raise your stop above. This one's still looking good, building up energy. I like this chart. This is a great example, guys. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is a great example of a chart that looked like crap, right? Was just terrible. And then all of a sudden, what happened here? Volume came in. And notice how the character changed. It's starting to stair step higher. That's exactly what you want to look for. What you need to do is you need to train your eye, right? Don't trade what you want to see. Don't let yourself get that cognitive bias that we always pick up, because we're always going to like, oh, I want so badly for this thing to work out, right? And that's usually because we've got bags and bags and bags of it. But this is a great example about how something just changed right there. The supply-demand equation changed right then and there at the end of February. And all of a sudden, people are accumulating it. So Luna, really good. Or Terra, excuse me. HUSL. We got another wrapped ether. What's going on here? There's no trend. I do like the volume coming into this. That's good. But right now, until it starts to trend above this level here, I would avoid this. This is so shaky right now, very sketchy. Okay, next one is, let's see, we did Avalanche as well too. Already banned. How's everybody doing out there? All right, so this one, I would say to weed this one out, you'd want this to be driving above about 550 or so, because that lets it put in a higher low and then a higher high combination. 550 would be the buy point. No shill in a hill. Okay. Let's see, XLM. We haven't looked at XLM for a while. Where is it? I know it's on the top 20 here. There we go. Okay, this one, I want to let this one get above 26 because it's just kind of messy. That is Stellar Lumens. Okay, Aave Tether. What's happening here? Again, you can get better perspective by looking at this on the weekly chart. So what's going on the weekly chart? Is that an uptrend yet? No, it's not. That is not an uptrend. This is just merely another in a series of lower highs. Okay, but this can, if we break this trend line and if this puts in a higher low and then breaks above there with a higher high, maybe you got something going, okay? But this is how you can use the larger time frame charts to kind of filter out. So I would say 280, I would not want anything to do with this thing until it breaks above 280. Nobody gets a medal for getting the bottom tick. Okay, let's see, Brian, VeChain. VeChain, what's going on with VeChain? VeChain I would not want until we get above, say, like right there. Same deal here. The volume's starting to come in, so there's something happening here, but this needs to turn into a higher low, higher high combination. That's 9 cents on VeChain. Oh, goodness gracious. Icon, that's a long time. That is one from years past. Let's look at Icon through Tether, and not surprisingly, it's got the same looking chart as everything else. So if we're looking at this through Tether, I would say $1.10 breakout would be the entry for Icon. How long has this one been around? I remember this one being a lot more expensive Yeah, I guess not. Okay, well, there it is. What analysis software is being used? This is TradingView. This is probably the most popular form of technical analysis, or the most popular charting package for for TA in crypto. Let's see, Arian, Doc, what are the possibilities for BTC for 24K or lower, or are we out of the woods? Let's go back to BTC. Okay, so to answer that, we need to go out to larger time frame charts. Let's just go out to just price action here. And let's get rid of those. Now, we have made a transition to a weekly uptrend. However, if we go out to the monthly chart, this is still just a great big consolidation. So to me, we could go one of two ways here. Either we go down and we test this area. I still think this is highly unlikely. I think there's going to be so much demand that comes in before this gets down to 20,000. Down in this area, I think there's going to be a lot of demand if the price were to come down here. So to me, I think we go higher before we go lower. Brett wants to know macro thoughts. I have no macro thoughts on anything. I'm an idiot savant. All I do is I look at charts. That's the only thing that speaks to me. So I learned a long time ago not to get into the macros of whether it's stocks or commodities or, in this case, cryptocurrencies and the business case for those things. I leave that to Mav. Mav's really, really good at that sort of stuff because he understands everything from the roots up. I'm just the room temperature IQ guy that looks at charts. And to me, the entire story is in the chart because the chart itself is discounting everything that's known about an asset, past, present, and future, right to the second. And that's all I care about. Okay, so let's see, Troye. We're just going to do a few more here, guys, and then we'll cut you loose. Cut you loose for next week. DeFi Kingdoms, which is Jewel. Okay, so there's not much history on this one. And what history that we do have on this one is quite poor because since the ICO, or at least on CoinEx here, I don't know if this has been released earlier on other exchanges, it's been quite poor. So I would wait until this is trading above this level here, which is 18. Okay, we did access AGIX. AGIX. Okay, looks like we looked at this one before. So obviously what I'd like to see is this trading above. I'd like to see it trading above that level right there, which is about 21 cents. So right now, this is still kind of a nasty downtrend. If you look at this on a weekly chart, and all of these are still just a series of lower highs and lower lows, right? Lower high. But if it's able to plant its foot in the ground and drive above that, then that changes the situation dramatically. Okay. Hex USD. All right, this will be our last one for tonight. Hex USDC. All right, so what do we got? What do we got here? What do we got? Show me Sandaflor. Okay, this is a pretty miserable downtrend. So quite honestly, I would not touch this one until it's trading above 22 cents. Let this establish an uptrend first. So let's go back to Bitcoin just for a second here. This is actually, if we go back to the hourly chart, this has actually started to get a little bit of support off the hourly chart. So reversals start from the inside out. We've actually reversed to the downside on the hourly chart. So watch for this to happen on the hourly chart. You'll see this descending trend line get broken. You'll see a higher low put in here and then a break above to a higher high. That'll be a reversal. Also, you'll see volume kicking in. So watch. This is rule number 2 that I have on fractal energy. Reversals start from the inside out. Okay, guys, that's all I got today. That's all I got. You are released to recess. You are dismissed. Thanks, everybody, for showing up. I promise I'll bring Mav back and his cool-looking camera and his big voice next week. And he's just an overall great guy that knows all about crypto. So he comes back next week. He's down in Miami, so shoot him a note, say hi. Don't forget all the other stuff that we do. Go check us out. ReadySetCrypto.com. We have ReadySet.vision. We have ReadySet.trade. All the stuff that we do in the financial markets to help you guys. So pick a community and join it for free and see if it's something that you want to invest your time in, right? Time is more than money these days. So do things the right way. This is what we do. We're non-shill and we're here to help. That is all that we do. Thanks, everybody. You guys take care. Have a great day out there. We'll see you around, everybody. Be good. You guys take care. Bye now.